how to make an incremental game from scratch using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can play it in your browser, completely free. You don't need a server, you don't need to pay any money. All you need is a text editor. They can be downloaded for free. You can use Notepad if you want. I use Sublime Text, which just makes it nice and neat. So let's just dive down this. So I made this game 8 years ago. In 2014, and I made a blog post called How to Make an Incremental Pizza Game Part 1. So I've had a lot of interest throughout the years. Like every couple of days I'll just get like a new sign up through this. So there's been an interest over 8 years, and now I'm finally like giving some more information on it. So this was part 1, and part 2 is like been coming soon since 2014, but I thought I'd make a video. It's much more informative than just reading an article. But if you want to set up the bare basics, like just go through this. Like we literally talk about the very basics, but you don't need to go through this. You can literally just find my source code. So if you go onto any website, so this is loaded from my where is it? This is loaded from my Pizza Presser folder. So this is all it is. Like I just click that and it loads, and you can do the same. Like I say, you don't need a web server to host these. So where should we start? Basically, so if you go onto the main website, which is pizzapresser.com, you can right click on any website, on most websites, and click View Page Source, or you can do Control U. And basically what this does is it allows you to see what all the code websites are using to like run the games or whatever you're looking for. So there's a nice like introduction here, so if you're into that. But all of this looks daunting and confusing when you first start, but my goal with this video is to just talk through it a bit, help you, point you in the right direction, so to speak. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I'll probably set up like a Discord, so you can join the Discord through my link tree. If you click up here, Crypto Gaming, NFTs and Socials, you'll get sent to my link tree. So you've got the Discord, you can join there, my Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I post on here regularly. I'm going to start putting like Pizza Presser things on here and development things and NFT things. So stay tuned for that. But let's get started, eh? Oh, this is the... I've added like crypto, Solana, gaming NFTs to the game to try and like fund it because I don't like ads. So if you're into that, we'll touch on that later on in the video probably. So where do we start? I guess I can start with the code. So you're going to basically start with index.html, interface.css, and main.javascript. So this is like the skeleton for your game. All these extra things are just like on the left here. You've got like assets, which is like, that's for a separate game, so we can ignore that. That's a separate thing, so we can ignore that. Images, that's just got to do with jQuery, I think, which is like part of JavaScript. It just like makes JavaScript a bit better. And then you've got all the images. So let's have a look. This pizza, this is an image. There isn't many images on it. These are all emojis, so it saves a lot of space. So where should we start? I don't even know where to start. Well, you need to add all of these things at the top. Like when I first learned how to do this, like this was my very first like gaming / web project, and I'm still like just ticking away at it. But when I was like copying tutorials and like reading information online, I basically just say put stuff like this in, and then eventually you'll just slowly figure it out. So just add that. Domain verify, that's just a way to like verify the domain. You can ignore this bit. You need to add a style sheet. So this is how we link this main page to the styling. So basically this is like a skeleton, and then you style the skeleton, so you make it look pretty using CSS. And then to actually make a playable game, you have to use JavaScript, which like, if I just put, let's have a look down here. If I just put buy a robot slave, nothing would happen if I like click this. So basically what happens is you click that, you sell your pizzas, you make money, you can hire a worker. So if I were to click this and I didn't have any JavaScript, nothing would happen, but JavaScript allows the game to work basically. So there you go. Where else should we start? It's a bit of a scuffed video. It's like all over the place, but it's a massive information dump, and it's much faster to show you all this than like type out something like this. So this is like my private, this is like the development Pizza Presser, and this is like the live version. So pizzapresser.com is where the current updates on, and I've just added these like raining pizzas like this morning. So hopefully I'll implement into the game in the future. I want to make these like buy and upgrade, and then these become clickable to like give you bonus pizzas. So that's in the works. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I mean, what you need first is you need an image or even a button that just makes a number go up. That's like priority number one. You're literally going to have a white screen, and it's going to have like a little button up here and a number here. So you can take or look at all this code and it'll take a while. It's not going to come to you straight away. You can like just slowly figure it out by just experimenting with the code. It's very daunting, especially if you're new to it, but I'm sure you can figure it out. So let's have a look at the main pizza. So, we'll do navigation bar later. Let's look at the main pizza. So, where is it? Here it is. Let me go into this one. So we've got, where is it? Pizza, total pizza. There we go. So this section here, ID is a way to like identify something, and then you can like in these interface and main files you can like target them. On click means if I click the pizza or the image, it's going to do something. So this is the function pizza click, and when I click it, it means the number's going to go up by 1. And then you can create a float, which is basically those like pizzas the pizzas that come up. That's like a float, so you don't have to worry about that for now. Span ID pizza pick, so that's just to target the pizza. Type, it's a button because we want to interact with it. So this is basically like, this is a big button. Usually without styling, it's just going to be like a tiny little button like this. And then obviously all I've done is replace the styling with this with a picture. So that is basically a button. Then, so you've done that you can target it by doing image. So that stands for image, and you need to source it. So if I've called it newpizza.png. Let me get the thing up for you. Pizza presser, images. So new pizza, so you can see it there. What the biggest thing for me when I first tried starting to like make websites and games like this, I struggled with file paths. Like I just couldn't get my head around file paths, and whenever someone was doing a tutorial, they didn't explain the file paths very well. So if this is wrong, it won't be able to find new pizza. Like if you just have it like that, chances are it probably won't find it. It might get confused. If you're lucky, it might work, but you need to add like a file directory to it. So it's just a / that means anything prior to it, it's going to search for an image and it's going to search for new pizza. Like so yeah, be wary of the file path. If it's not working, it's probably your file path. Then the alt text is basically it's just added information. So you don't see this, but when I hover over it, well, I've turned it off, but basically when you hover over it, normally it'll say like, oh, pizza delivery crypto games, blah blah blah. It's just a lot of like information to like give the search engines to make your game rank. And if let's say if you're I don't know, like it comes in tangents. So you should get into the habit of adding an alt text to all your images to just provide more information for the users and the search engines. So we've got a button. That's how you like set up your button. Let's have a look at the on-click feature. So this is where we move to JavaScript. So if we go, so pizza click, let's find it. If you do Control F, it allows you to search. Actually, it's going to be all the way at the top. Meow. I get lost in my own code sometimes. Here we go, pizza click. So this is where it starts, making pizza and selling pizza for money. So you can, if you want to like look at all this, you can do it by going onto pizzapresser.com, view page source. Yeah, you've got all the HTML here, but if you click the interface.css, that opens up all my styling for you to see. And then if you scroll to the bottom, or you just do Control F main.js, it is at the bottom of the page. Click that, you can see all my JavaScript, all my CSS, and all my HTML. So do that. What else? So let's have a look at it. So it's a button. We need to set a variable so the game can like keep track of things basically. So we've just got variable pizza equals 0. So it starts off at 0, and whenever I click the button, it's gonna add 1 to it basically, and you can like change the number. So throughout the game, the upgrades give it more. So for example, a couple of upgrades in, your pizza turns into 5 pizzas a click. So you need to have like number so it can detect if they bought an upgrade or not. If you just keep it as 1, if they buy an upgrade, it's not going to work. So you need like a variable so it can like keep changing as the game progresses. It's a bit confusing. But copy functions, like literally just copy and paste functions, try and get your head around them, and then it's mostly just like making minor edits to other people's code. That's basically what coding is. Like only super geniuses can like code millions of things from scratch. Like the majority of coders take something that someone else has done and they like mold it around their project. I'm not like super experienced in this. This is like one of my only projects, so this is just like a giving back to the coding community, because without people making tutorials, I wouldn't have been able to make this. So this is like a way to give back. So you can see here, if they've bought the upgrade, it increases how much pizza they get basically. So if they got the first upgrade, times by 1, times by 2, times by 4, times by 8. So as they buy more upgrades, the pizza click becomes more. So these are these like if functions. You can ignore most of these. If you just want a very basic thing, you can just do function pizza click. So remember, you have to do it exactly the same. So if you see a capital C there to like separate the words, you have to do that capital C, otherwise it won't work. So function pizza click number open brackets. Pizza equals pizza plus number. So it'll take the current pizza number and just add the number to it. Total pizza. So this section you can probably ignore as well, because this is just for my statistics, which is this tab here. So this is just keeps track of all this, so you don't even have to worry about that bit. It's literally just pizza equals pizza plus number, and then close it with a semicolon. If you don't put semicolons, the game breaks. So you need to add like every line of code with a semicolon when you're finished with it. And then document get element by ID, button 1 disabled false. If pizza is greater than or equal to 1. Oh, so what this does is, let me just start the game again, delete. So if you see here, this is like hollow, or like you can't click it, it's like it's pale, but when you click it, it lets you do it. That's what that is. So if you want to do that to like make your game more user friendly, like, oh, that's lit up now, I can click that. Oh, now this is like changed to green instead of red. So you can see, like, let me just delete again. So this will start off as red. When I click it, it's still red, but that lights up. Sell pizzas, you get 1, and that turns green. So you can do things like that. Where else? So now we move on to money. So here we have, so basically this is just, this displays the current pizza. So you need to set the ID to pizza, and in here we've used the ID for pizza, so it'll talk to that and it'll display the correct number. So you just have to like you have to point IDs and classes to everything, because it's the way the game updates. What else? We've got the auto clicker. I'm not gonna bother going through that. Not yet anyway, like maybe in a future tutorial. This video is getting long enough as it is. So sell pizzas. Sell click, that's also assigned to 1. But when it says 1 here, the game is smart enough that when you change it, if you do like if functions, it'll change like basically this. It defaults to 1, but as you make changes, it'll like talk to the game. I'm not very good at explaining it. I barely understand it myself, so just play with the code yourself and see if you can get around it. These are asteroids and space invaders. So these are just like iframes I've jabbed into the game. So you can play like asteroids while you wait for your pizzas to tick up. You can play space invaders. So you don't need to worry about any of this, but it just shows you what's possible. A lot of incremental game players or coders want to separate it into different pages like I've done here as well. So I'll show you how to do that. You can basically, hold on, let me just see if I can. I don't even remember how to do this. Like, there's some weird things, like this fixes a height issue and a scroll issue. Let's just remind myself what sloppy is. Oh yeah, so that just, I think it gets around the nav bar. Yeah, ignore the last 10 seconds. So let's do the sell click function. We've got sell click 1. Let's have a look at the sell position. This is some styling. Oh, it's just changing the font size. So I'll just show you, basically, I want to target this sell pizzas thing, and that's all this does. So I put a span like that around it, and then you close it around it. So that's like trapped in this. So whatever I tell this to do, it'll affect this. I hope that makes sense. What else? So let's have a look at the sell click function. So here we go, function sell click. So you've got to set the variable money. So we've got a pizza variable and we've got a money variable. So when we click sell, it's going to do money equals money plus pizza. And then here are all the upgrades. So you don't have to worry about all of this. Like you can just ignore all this. And then pizza, so this is just a document. Oh, here we go. You've got like add commas, like this is another function. So when you like add numbers to the game, when you get to like the create, so here we go. I'll show you a way to cheat as well. Right click, click inspect. This is where you can do a lot of testing. Go into the console. If your game's broken, this will tell you where it's broken. I know that I can ignore most of these because it's just like confused things. But if you've got a bug or the game has suddenly broke, check in the console and you'll probably figure out the solution. It'll literally target it. So main.js, the line 4795. Go in there and have a look basically. So where's my actual console box? This is strange. Usually I've got a it's here. So var. You can basically make changes in the game on any website. Like most websites will let you do this. So you can like go onto literally Facebook, right click it. I don't know if it'll still work on Facebook. You can just change what it says and it works here. So I can change this pizza. If you can literally do this. So go and test it now if you want. I can click pizza, open it up with these arrows. I can like change that to lol, press enter, lol, Lisa, yeah? But you can change the variables. So if you know what the variables are called by searching around in the source code. So if I go into main.js, I can be like, what's like var? And then, oh, look, I can look at all these variables and I can make changes to them in game. So let's have a look back in Pizza Presser. Where is it? Bugger. I'll just go to here. So I can target the pizza, inspect. I'm going to do console var pizza equals 3 million, whatever, end with a semicolon, press enter, and you've hacked the game. So this is how to test your game and make it so it's like, if I had to like click all the way to the end, it would take hours. So this is a quick way to like make sure all your code is working. What else? It's all over the place, this. I apologize, but that's just the way coding is. I will be doing like live streams and stuff and more like detailed tutorials, but there's a lot to go through. So we've got the sell click. Let's have a look at the pizza per second. So here you can see if I buy some workers, they give me 1 pizza per second. They cost $1, and now this goes up by like 16 every second, and this just lists it. So let's see if we can explain this section. So you need a variable second. Let's have a look on the index, actually, on the main HTML bit. So where does it start? We have money. Where's pizza? There we go. Pizza per second. So the class is pizza position. All of these have the style in pizza position. That just, if I didn't have that pizza pos like class, they'd all be like stuck over here. They wouldn't have the font size. They wouldn't be this color. So what this is, pizza pos, is like it puts it in the center, it changes the font, blah blah blah. So that's what that does. Then second, so that's the only variable we need, and we've already seen that. So variable second, that's how we talk to the pizza per second function. This is your function. You need to have like these like closed brackets. If you look at where is it? Pizza per second. That's like this is what's going to change. I don't know if that's right actually. Bear with. Yeah, ignore what I just said then. So, how do we get the pizza per second? You need to add. I should have gone through the pizza makers first, actually. So these are all the pizza makers. You've got the worker, the pizza cart, pizza van, auto clicker. So you've got like all these things you can buy, and it just keeps going. So this is what they all are. And it goes all the way to pizza weather machine, pizza converter, pizza super drill, pizza moonbase, blah blah blah. And then all of this you can ignore. These are just like upgrades. So if you've bought upgrades, it's going to change like how the game works basically. We've got add commas, which I'll explain. Oh, I've already explained that. So once you get into it basically adds this. If you don't have the add commas function, it won't put this comma in. So it'll just say 2,000. It'll just say 3,000. But once you get into like ridiculous numbers like this, it'll be like a really hard to read number. So that just inserts commas every 3 zeros type stitch. What else? So var seconds equals work. So all you need to do here is your pizza per second is your workers. So it takes a variable of your workers, and when it says worker, it literally means like it'll say 16, now 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's what that is. If I just had like worker 1, it wouldn't work. So you need to have like a variable. Like the variables allow the game to like change over time. I know that if I times my worker variable by the number of pizzas the workers give you, it's going to display the correct pizza per second. So workers give you 1 pizza a second, pizza carts give you 3 pizzas a second, blah, blah, blah. Pizza vans give you 10, parlours 30, restaurants 60. So if you just add all, so make a bracket, times that together, add the next one, add the next one, and that's how you get your pizza per second function. Update colours. This was a bane of my existence. This was like difficult for a long time. Like I could not get these colours to work, but one day it just clicked. I don't know why. So basically, your game is like, to make your game more friendly, it's better for users to be able to like just see it's just better for users. If they can see that that's red, they know they won't be able to buy it. As soon as it goes green, they've got a prompt to buy it. So how do we add that? So you need a function, update colors. Actually, this might be an update. Bear with. Update. Control F will save your life. Update colors. So put it on. Like this game is so scuffed. I don't know if like I've not followed like the industry standards. I don't even know what the industry standards are. So you have like weird functions like this. Like on the load, you're gonna load the game, load pizza per second, load all the workers, blah blah blah, and update the colors. Scroll, no, style overflow. I can't even remember what they mean, to be honest. What else? This, your tutorial, and this is like obsolete. I'm just keeping that there in case I want to use it again. But this, when you load into the game, you'll get like a pop-up like this, and it's draggable. Close it. It's like an interactive like tutorial screen, and then you can like just proc it like that. So click the tutorial. That includes jQuery, so that's like a bit more out of your. In the future, I'll show you how to do that, but this basically allows you to do something like that, but you'll have to download a separate thing. Like it's called jQuery, which is this. It's just a load of like all of this I've not done myself. This is like everybody uses this. They can just like download it from the jQuery website, and it allows JavaScript to do more things. So be ready to like dive down that. You don't have to know what any of this means. You just have to be able to like reference some of it sometimes. Like it's more confusing than it looks. Like I don't understand any of this stuff, and so yeah, whatever. Moving on. Where's my main gone? Close. I'm probably going to end the video quite soon because this has been going on for quite a while, and I'm rambling now. I need a more like structured approach, I think. So I'll just show you finally how to make like a pizza maker. So let's go to the pizza maker section. So this is like your juicy bit. This is how to like make your number. This is how to make the game like an actual incremental game. Because if I'm just stuck here clicking it, like that's not what incremental players want. They want to like have this working, so they do the work for them. So let's have a look at the most basic one, the worker. So you can look at this yourself. So make sure that main.js on the Pizza Presser website, go and have a look. Var worker equals 0. So you need to set your variable to worker, and then you need to, how much is the worker going to cost? So if I didn't have the worker cost, they could just click that and it would just keep going up and then make a load of money. So obviously we want it to cost something, so it's like not a free little hack for the game. So I want the worker to cost 1, and then whenever I buy the worker, like I want the worker to get more expensive the more you have over time. So if we do a test now, like yeah, it's quite cheap at the start, but very quickly, exponentially almost, it starts getting really, really expensive. It's very like cheap at the start, but it's getting more and more, 13, 14, now we got it's like 17, 18, 19, 20, so like it's getting really expensive now. And then eventually, once you start getting to like the absurd numbers, it gets like just ridiculous. Like if I go to like 400 right now, look how much it's going up by now. It's going up crazy. So the more you do it, the higher you go, the more it's going to scale. So basically, whenever you buy a new one, it's going to do the current number and it's going to times it by 1.03. So you can make it go up like more expensive or cheaper by changing this number. So currently you times it by the current worker cost times this number. That's how it works. So that's like your pizza. That's how much it. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much in that. So if you just copy this code, change it to like whatever yours is. Like, let's say you're using like, I don't know, a cow farm. Change it to like cow cost. And then however expensive, like if you change it to 0, it's not going to change. 1, it's going to go up really slowly. But if you change it to like, I don't know, 9, it's going to go up a lot faster. You get the idea. Play with it. Find the balance like for your game. It's a balancing game, all this. So then the function by worker, let's just go look at the function on the index.html. So this is your HTML. Go all the way down here, but it's all the way a bit further down. We're in the pizza maker section. So where is it? Pizza makers, by worker. So let's have a look at this. This is just the worker. So all of this right here is just this box. So we've got button ID mybox18, so that's just a styling ID, so I've called it mybox18, and any changes I make to mybox18, box18, that's in JavaScript, oops, mybox18, hold on. So here's a tooltip function as well. So this is all jQuery. So if you look, when I hover over this, it gives you like a tooltip to hover over it. Like usually if you hover over that, you're not going to get anything, but yeah, it just gives you that pop-up. So that's jQuery. Just copy and paste that basically. Like I just literally inserted it into my game. I didn't do any like original code. Like I just changed the styling to like target like my things basically. Oh yeah, you can like change the padding as well. So if you do, like, you can see it's just below the mouse. Like when you do have one like this, it's gonna like cover the mouse. And it's gonna be a bit awkward. So you need to like style it a little bit. But like you don't have to know the nitty gritty code. You can just do what you know to like make changes to it. So let's go back to what I was actually after. I always get like sidetracked, but I don't know what you're gonna do. So I've not even used that. So I've got these IDs to call to it if I ever want to, but I've not even used it. Like so we can ignore that. Type button, so this is where I've styled my buttons. So all the buttons are styled with a button. Let's go all the way to the top. There you go. So, oh no, it's not the one I'm after. Just button on its own, please. Here we go, button. Actually, bear with. I'll come back to that at a later date, but basically, anything I style, I target the button with. I can like style. On click, there we go. On click by worker, update the piece. So whenever they click it, it's going to try and buy a worker, and then the function will be smart enough to detect. God damn it, so all over the place. I apologize. Must be very confusing. I just know where everything's positioned, but it'll take you a while to get your head around it. But because I've been doing this for so long, like I'm just fast with it. But you can slow the video down, I guess. Pizza second, so no. Oh, here we go. Pizza maker. Let's get to the pizza makers section. Here we go. So this like function will check if you've got enough money. Basically, that's all this does. So var worker cost equals your number of workers times by this number, so it gets more expensive over time. If money is greater than or equal to, so you can have it as just greater than, you can have it as greater than or equal to, you can have it as less than, blah, blah, whatever you want to, whatever's relevant to your game, you can change this. So if money is greater than or equal to the worker cost, it's going to allow you to do it. Everything you're seeing here is like, it unlocks more of the game. So you can ignore these like these 3 lines, but what it does is if I buy a pizza cart now, it unlocks the next thing. That's all that does. If you code all of these and just put them into the game, if you don't do like a document like thing, wait, let me just close that, tacky. If you don't do like a display block, like all of my buttons are hidden from the start. So I've said stay hidden to all of these on their own functions. So wait, where's hidden? Let's have a look. Whatever. Basically, yeah, so I'm just telling them to stop being hidden whenever you unlock the next bit. It just stops when people load into the game, you're going to have all these unlocked. It's just a bit daunting. So this is like, for new players, it unlocks the game slowly, and it's less like visual explosion when they load the game, basically. What else? What were we doing? Buy worker. So the tooltip, we've gone through that. The worker cost, we've been through all that. I'm going to end on like this function. So your worker equals worker plus 1. So if you can buy it, if money is greater than or equal to worker cost, your worker is going to go up by 1. So worker equals worker plus 1. If you just did worker plus 1, it's going to be confused. So you need to do worker equals worker plus 1. Then money equals money minus the worker cost. So you want to make sure that your money actually gets taken from the money variable whenever they spend it. And then document get element ID worker. So all this does is update the worker. So if I click that, if I didn't have the document thing, it would do it, but it wouldn't update this number. So you need to add this to update the number. That's all this does. It just updates the number. So this document get element by ID, if you look at ID, it speaks to the ID of the worker. So where is it? Pizza cart worker. It speaks to this and says update this number here. So you've put it in a span like that. That's like your targeting thing. Span ID worker class pull right is just, it's a CSS thing which makes this number stay on the right. If I didn't have pull right, it would stay over here on the left. So pull, that's all that does. It styles it and puts it on the right. So ID, when you trigger this, it's going to update the number. So if you don't have that, it won't update. And then this is like the add commas function. So if I didn't have that, whenever it would update on a big number, it wouldn't add the commas. So you need to add that if you want commas. And then after we've done that, because we've got something that changes over time, we need to figure out the variable of the next worker cost. So if we didn't have this, it would just cost the same amount of money every time. So we need to calculate that. And it's basically just copy and paste in the same thing up here. And then you trigger the worker cost, and the worker cost, here we go, works out the cost of the next worker, updates the worker cost for the user, updates the worker cost in the tooltip. So yeah, I forgot about that actually. So all of these in the tooltips have to update as well. So you need to like trigger these in the tooltips, but you don't have to worry about that for now. So what else? You've got a save function and a load function. So if someone's spent an hour on your game and they press refresh, it's going to delete itself if you don't have a save and load function. So basically, it's too complicated to get into. Like, it took me ages to get me around the save and load, but just know that in the future you're gonna have to be doing like a save and load function at the end of like your whatever you're trying to make. So function load worker. Where's my save actually? So I'll just show you what it looks like so you can like get an idea. So this is like your local storage, your save section. So function save, like I've assigned save to everything, so you can see it here. Like pizza, money, worker, pizza cart, pizza van, blah blah blah, all the way down, and then your quests as well. I'm not going to go into quests, so don't worry. So save 1, save 2. Just copy this, and then put your variable in this, and then I'm not sure if I reference these. Bear with. Save game. So yeah, I put a save game function in things, so it's gonna save all the variables. So anytime you reference, like anytime you call a function save game, it's gonna call this and it's gonna save all of these variables. So what I've done is every 60 seconds the game saves itself, so people don't lose the progress. And anytime you buy something, so if I were to buy like a worker, I add like a save function. So if someone buys it, it instantly saves the game. That way, if they press refresh, it's not going to like delete anything. Because saving every 60 seconds is enough, and that's good enough for most players. Like, they'll be happy with that. As long as there is a save function, they're happy. But I wanted them to like click it and it saves. So that's all you do for there. Where is it? I don't even know if I called save function for workers actually. It's down here. Is there a save? Whatever. There will be somewhere, because it does work, so whatever. Anyway, so this is getting long. I'm gonna wrap the video up. So you load worker, is all there. I'll do a more detailed one, so don't worry. So that's like your core of the game. Like, it's very scuffed, a very scuffed tutorial. But if you want to stay tuned for more, join my YouTube. Look at my link tree. Click all my links. Join the Discord. That's where I'm most active. But I've also got TikTok and YouTube, like I say. You'll find me on there. You'll find me on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna put like new incremental videos like here. So. Keep your eye out for them. Playlists. I'll make like a pizza presser / incremental coding playlist for you to go down as well. What else? Finally, if you are interested in like crypto and NFT and all that, like I don't like ads. Ads make me vomit. Donates. Like if you want to make money with your game, like it's hard. Adverts are disgusting. Nobody likes them. Most people use ad blockers. Donations rarely happen. Affiliate links, sometimes they make some money. Like you can make like an Amazon affiliate link where it'll send them to Amazon. If they buy anything off Amazon, you'll get a percentage. So none of that, like all of that, just I don't know. It doesn't cover server fees. Like there's been 1 million players on Pizza Presser over the 8 years, so obviously that doesn't cover server fees like at all. So I've opened like this crypto NFT store to like try and fund the game. I don't know. Like if people want to try it, they can do. You can buy it with Solana. It's on pizzapresser.holoplex.com. You can find it in my link tree there. Pizza Presser, crypto, Solana, gaming, NFTs. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Like I've literally made these like yesterday, so there's not much going on with these yet. But if you can like, if you can buy that and then swap the main pizza out in the game, it's just a cool little thing you can do. None of it impacts the game in any way. Like I don't want people that buy things to have like a pay to win. I hate pay to win, so it's not going to be anything like that. But it's like instead of putting ads on for everybody, it's like let some select volunteers buy and get involved in NFTs. It's like a digital badge or a separate trading game. Like it's just completely separate to the game, but it funds the game. It's I don't know. If you want anything like that, what else? The Discord. There's a Pizza Presser Discord here. It's called my Mojo Discord. You'll probably like land in general and then just move over to here if you've got any questions. Other than that, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment. The algorithm loves it. Let me know if you're stuck on anything. I'll try and help out. Post any like issues you've got on the Discord and I'll try to see if I can help you. I know how difficult it is making a game from scratch, so I want to give back because I wouldn't have been able to get where I am today without people helping me. So love you all. Hasta la vista. Peace.